The river tonight is the Grand Codroy in southwest Newfoundland. For those of you who haven't fished the Codroy, I would say you should take it. I know it's a long way off. It's a great river. It's easy to walk. It's not like the usual Newfoundland river where you're climbing over rocks and tripping over huge boulders. But the Codroy is relatively gravelly, flat. There's a couple of places where there's rocks, but the river's big. And in addition to the Grand Codroy, there's two tributaries, the north and the south branch. You come to the north, when you're heading towards Codroy, you come to the north branch first. And on your left-hand side, you can fish a couple of miles, I think, a couple of miles upstream, and all the way down about, I think it's about 5 miles from the bridge, down to where the north Codroy joins the Grand Codroy. Further down the road, you'll pass over the southern branch, and on your left-hand side, there's no fishing at all to the headwaters. But from the right-hand side, right down to the forks, where it meets up with the Grand Codroy, there's some really good pools. Although the river itself is so big that most people have probably heard of the pocket. The pocket is one of the main fishing areas. It's a large area, and there's some pools around the pocket, and the fishing is really good around there. For those of you who have never been there, it's an easy river to walk and fish. It's not deep, and it's not what you call fast flowing, but it is a really good place to fish. There's when you go up from the pocket, you can see in the distance. You can see where the south branch enters the main Codroy itself. Excuse me. When you go up there, just upstream from there, there's a bridge, and there's a ATV trail goes across the river up there. I fished up there above the bridge. I never saw a soul, but some beautiful pools, and quite easy walking, just go up the river. And I never saw one other angler other than the guy I was with. I think it was Bob Bishop and I went up there one time, and really nice pools. And I was lucky enough, I got a fish just up there, but there's not a sign of anybody. Now from the bridge itself down to the where the south branch hits the main Grand Codroy, they tell me there's a place called Trout Pool. I've been there for years and still to find trout pool, but it's a place for sea run brook trout. And all the locals seem to know about it, but I've never managed to find it yet. But there's umpteen places where you can fish there and you won't see another soul. Now the main river, the main spots would be the pocket, like I said, the pocket. Just down from the pocket, about a quarter of a mile, at least quarter of a mile, more or less, the pocket is actually huge. And when you get to the bottom, there's a place called Baker's Rock. It's hard to find, but Baker's Rock is really good. And just below Baker's Rock, there's another pool called Warren's Run. I haven't had much luck in Warren's Run, although the locals fish it quite a bit. Further down from that, probably half a mile from where you leave the pocket, I would say there's trying to remember the name of it. My memory is going. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Mud Bank.
No, just above Mudbank. Oh yeah, there's Mudbank, yeah. And I think the one below
Big Salmon Pool.
is Big Salmon Pool. But Big Salmon Pool is the river goes down and turns to the left, Now, the top of the big salmon pool is beautiful looking water, and I've yet to see a fish there. It turns out that when you go round the bend, there's a long, long draft of quite deep, slow flowing water. And just a little bit down from where the turn is, there's rocks, but you can see them on the rock. It's quite deep there, but that is a really good spot. The salmon seem to hang up there. And on the opposite side, about a few hundred yards down, I've never been down on the opposite side, but a small stream comes in from the hill. And I've always seen a local guide and some Americans fishing there. So one of these days we'd love to get over there because obviously it's a good spot. The pocket itself, you can fish. There's a large run-in. It's a huge pool. The fast water at the top is a good place to fish. You'll seem to catch mostly grills there, but further down from the rough water where it calms out, some big fish, and I mean big fish, lie there. There's what bigger rock? It was trying to remember the name of the rock.
Slate rock.
Slate rock's right at the bottom, about a quarter mile down. You can see.
Oh, Major's rock.
Major's rock.
Yeah.
Major's rock is a good spot to try. You can see it. It's a small rock. It sticks out of the water, and there's umpteen fish fly around there. You know. But the beauty of the pocket is if you get there first, don't wait. Just cast out because the fish come in close at night. Most of the people you'll see in that fishing that run, then when it comes out, you'll see a few people. But I often wait to see how far they go down, and mostly they're hanging around the top where that fast run is, or the first part of the calm water. But there's a large area of fishing, and I've been wading out there, and I noticed there was fish rising next to the bank. I was further out with the fish, you know. And there's some really big fish lie in the calm water. It's a great place to actually fish. You're not slipping on weed. It's more or less a sandy bottom, and all the walking all the way down to the bottom of the pocket is about a quarter of a mile. Just before you come to Baker's Rock, there's a few rocks where it's a little bit rough, but no trouble to most people. Baker's Rock is a really good spot, but it's hard to find. The only way I can say, it doesn't stick out the water. It's underneath the water. It's a red coloured rock and it's below the surface. But once you get to the bottom of the pocket, I would suggest you fish all around there because even above Baker's Rock, you'll catch fish. And I mentioned that the next pool down is at Warren's Run. Warren's Run is, I haven't had any luck there at all. I've seen fish in that, in the pools further down, but the locals seem to favour Warren's Run, but not for me. Now, in previous years, there's been an island above the pocket, and it had trees on it. And through the years, it's got eaten away until now there's virtually nothing there. It's been completely swept away, and it was a big island. Just on the western side, we usually come down from the east side of the road, cross over the river to the pocket on the west side. On the west side of the island, which is just a gravel bar now, a place called Jen's Run. Jen's Run, Jen is a friend of ours, wife who fished it. She really knew who to fish this stuff. And Jen's Run was a good spot. It's not so good now because it's not as, I wouldn't say empty, but it's got really shallow water. And funnily enough, since the island's gone, just above the island, there's a spot through the years of starting to deepen out, and very few people fished it, but it's now, to me, it's a favourite spot for me. Doesn't look promising, it's wide, it's not that shallow, it's maybe, it was 3 feet deep, but there's quite a few fish lie up there. Excuse me. Anyway, that's the main part of the Codroy. Excuse me. I fished. Let's see if I can. Just bear with me because this is an old slide we found here. It disappears after a while. The mouse doesn't seem to be working that right. Yeah, maybe better. Not actually, there's a picture of the pocket getting rated. This is an old memory stick I've got, a steam sheet. You'll see in that map there the pocket. On the left at the top there, that's the North Branch. And one on the right here is the Forks. That place you see the trestle up in the right hand corner, that's there's a few pools up there that's quite good as well. I haven't seen too many people fish there. And the Forks, I haven't fished the Forks for quite a while, but it used to be a great spot. We were mostly kept in the pocket. You can see the size of the pocket. You notice Baker's Rock marked at the bottom of the pocket, then water shores, mud bank, and salmon hole.
Before you move off the slide, people don't look right about where the bowl is and where the pocket is where the old fishing tent used to be. FOMOWA, I believe. People used to be here on the train and get off at South Branch. And the university, all the photos from there are all digitized. You can look them up online and see 30-pound salmon. But that's where it was, right where they must have crossed the river at high water and something or whatever, but they crossed the river. But that's what they would
They
do.
used to fish up boats.
Yeah, they would get off the train at South Branch, and that's where the camp rate was. The foundation is still there. I remember all this where the pocket.
And one good thing about the Codroy is there's a lot of people around just go to a different spot. Because the river is so big, there's some good pools in it. Many of the pools are overlooked, especially around there. See that one, Overfalls? Overfalls is a few miles down from where you turn into South Branch at the pocket. And Overfalls is a major fishing pool. Mostly the crowd from Port will fish there, but the area is so large. That's the picture there, that's the Overfalls in flood, and I mean in flood. It is Next picture, I believe, is that's the same place when the river's normal. So the one the picture there when it's in flood. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You'll notice you'll see a small bush there on the foreshore there, and you'll notice the big boulders. Well, during that flood, they were underwater, so you could have sailed a longliner up there, no trouble at all. But where you see the two guys fishing, that is a really good spot. A narrow jut of rock, right upstream of 45 degrees, and you can walk quite a ways up there. And if you wish, you can get to the other side by, on the right there is fast water. You can go up there and you can wade, and it's shallow enough that you can get onto the falls there and walk across. In high water, there's no way you can do it. But normal conditions, you can cross over to the west side. The far side is the west side, and walk down, and there's loads and loads of places to fish. But where these two guys are fishing, you can see the fish sometimes. And, I mean, some of the fish there.
Yeah, that's spit of rock down from the last angler here. That's that spit of rock you walk off. They will sit right on the edge of that rock. When you're walking up that rock, the fish will actually move away from you because as soon as they see you, right, they're sitting right on that rock.
Where the two are, I've caught fish at both these places, like in.
Yeah, that's prime. That's one of the prime spots. And
Sometimes
further
I
up,
fished up with a bug or a bomber,
yeah.
cast upstream, and some of the fish there, these are some, you think they're logs, but they're some really big fish.
Used to be anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any left. You see that bush there again? That's no sign of the rocks. That's okay. That bush there you see on the rivers in flood. That's it more or less on the see if we can get this on. Yeah, that's the. You see the bush there, that's it. I'll give you an idea how much water there was that. I think that was around 2016. There was a hell of a fall of rain that year. There's the pools there, Chignick, it's further down than the overfalls on your way to Port Basque. First fish I ever took on Codroy was in that Chignick pool. It's a lot harder fishing there because there's a tremendous amount, you know, big boulders and that. Molly Chignick, another good pool. And you'll notice that the Molly Chignick, there's a stream goes in there. I was fishing there one time, and the good-looking water is on the far side, or so we thought. We were flogging the water and casting as far as we could. Next thing we noticed to the left, where that stream was, the fish were down here on the roadside. Well, I think they must have been getting the cool water from the stream. That's a good pool now. Chicknick pool itself is quite good. There used to be a line. One of these lines that you cross over the river on. I think it's no longer there. Now, there's another spot there, but you come down the road, come down this way, and then go down to the pool. This pool here, good pool. I haven't seen many people fish there, but I stopped there one time and there was quite a few fish there. But nobody else seemed to be giving it a kind look. So there's some really good fishing. This is no distance from the actual estuary.
It's not heavily fished either, even typically.
No, not
There's
there.
not a lot of people fish there anymore. Most people park there where the lodge parking lot, that little gray spot next to the highway there. That's where the old lodge was.
Yeah.
There's a parking lot still there.
You still see cars there sometimes?
Oh yeah, occasionally, but you usually won't see more than one or two cars there, right? And there's a big stretch of water to fish, right?
How far is that for
It's going back east from Overfalls. Right? So it's not very far from Overfalls.
Yeah, it's not.
This is the picture now is Overfalls looking downstream. And there's some really good fishing from all that water you see there.
Yeah.
You can fish it from both sides.
I walked down there once on the west side, the right side, there's lots of little spots.
Oh, it's
I've never saw
really
fish,
good
so I don't get to walk, wait until you walk right at some of these corners, there's lots of places down there. It's been wrong on the right
See where
side.
these big boulders are way down there, there's some good fishing down there. And just before these big boulders, I got one about 12 pounds there one day. And I've been on the other side and that's a good spot, all the way down. I don't know what it's like now because the numbers on the west coast last year certainly weren't good. I'm hoping that the reason for that west coast not being good last year, North Shore of Quebec and also the west coast of Newfoundland, fishing was very poor, but there was no capelin around. So I'm hoping that they'll be following the capelin. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this year.
On the post that Tyrone had for tonight on AROC, Corey and Rich made a comment, he said like the last 2 years have been painful on Codroy.
Yeah,
And he would know.
yeah. I think I met him. He lives in Boardwalk.
Yeah, he's a local, yeah.
I'm hoping anyway that this coming year will be good because really surprising because rivers like Harry's River, Codroy, Fischels is another one that we fish and there's a good run of fish there usually. But with that being said, last year Fischels was hopeless, we never caught anything. Although we were sitting there one night wondering what the hell to do because no fish showing. And we were up just from the salt water and there's a stretch of water goes into the harbour, about 100 yards. So next time we looked down, the whole area just erupted and the spray was going 10 feet in the air and here was fish coming in. You see me? I've never seen a sight like it. There must have been dozens and dozens of it. Yeah, and you know when you've been there, God, you know when you go down the road,
Yeah.
and you go right and walk down it, and if you turn left, it takes you to the fisherman's spots.
Yeah.
Well, we've been at the bottom of that, and we were a good bit upstream, and dozens and dozens of fish. And the water was high, and we never seen them. They came into the pool where we were, and there was no sign of it. I think they just came dialing upstream. The biggest one is what over the west coast there was actually about 100 feet before the long line. It was a small harbour. the river goes down, turns at 90 degrees, and the biggest one is got a fish with. That's at least 18 pounds, maybe more. And, never jumped those. But, couldn't even get my hands around it to get it so big. I've got quite a few there in the water. But this big fish has been lying, it's not the long one, it's 100 feet or street. Getting back to the Codroy, there's some areas further downstream. I have fished it, but not had much luck. That one there is down, not too far from saltwater actually. And we crossed over the river further down and came up there, and there was fish there. There was a guy there and he did get one. But you'll notice heavy concentration handlers, not a soul to be seen. You know? But it's like Codroy's like that in both large areas where you won't see anything. There's that lower part again, just at that bend there. And we did see one guy there and got a fish there. Now, as regards flies of the Codroy, the usual suspects. The black silvertip used to work really good. The orange bomber works good. The brown bomber works good. Brown bug. The Cosseboom works quite good too. Hooked a real big fish on the Cosseboom one time and didn't get him. Trying to think of some other flies. There's that guy you mentioned, Corey.
Lucas Special, I think, is one of his favorites.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do tap blue term too.
Huh?
The do tap blue term.
Yes,
Yeah. That Corey's flies is a sort of a chartreuse colour. And the locals seem to favour that one too. You'll see the pocket there on that slide there. You see the trestle up in the south branch. Just above there, you won't see too many people fishing. And that's a good spot to try. The Forks has always been good for some reason. It seems to have fallen from grace because I haven't been up there for years. But it used to be good.
it was beautiful. Ian, like, when you're driving down the road from South Branch down, you know, if you go past the pocket, eventually you can go and you come to a field, and then right at the end of the field, there's a cabin there. So that's, I'm guessing that's where like Salmon Pool is just down from that.
Yeah, I think someone was down from that.
Yeah.
But idea of where
Yeah,
they
like
are.
Mudbank would be just to your right of that, where you come up by the cabin, I think, and then Salmon Pool is just around the corner.
At Mudbank, the river, there seems to be, part of the river is, it's quite fast flowing right in the head, and it's quite narrow. And then the first part of the pool is quite fast flowing, and I didn't realise just how good it was there at the top. So I was always going further down, but right where the water flows in, that could be a good pool.
Ian, when was the first time you went to the Congo?
With the crowd,
Well, no, just with you, when you first time you were there.
1980.
Yeah, so if I understand correctly, you know, I've been there with you, but I understand traditionally the pocket, if I understand correctly, the water all came this way, towards where you walk down, and there wasn't an island. And then when I started to go, you know, as you alluded to, there was this very prominent island in the middle, and it kind of went both sides, and that's kind of what the picture is, and you could fish both sides. Now the island is gone, and the water seems to be come back towards the road again.
Yeah,
And
it's
apparently,
amazing what the,
from what I've been told,
changes.
like, that's the way it used to be, like,
Yeah.
you know, and, but all that gravel, because these places move, unlike, you know, it's not like a bedrock pool on some other Newfoundland river which stays the same for 1,000 years, it's moving all the time, so, I haven't been there in 2 years, but for example, all that gravel up there around where that island was all gone,
yeah,
they're all in somewhere, like Baker's Rock, the last time I was there, seemed to be totally filled in. Like, what I used to fish there was 6, 7, 8 feet was basically nothing, but of course it only takes good water to move that again, right?
Baker's Rock was, the Baker's Rock, the last time I was there, seems to be okay. Dave,
It's still cool there, but it is still in flat, but it's still a good spot.
No, I can
No,
go
the pool
this year,
is
so
not there.
maybe it opened up
The
again.
pool is not nearly as big as it used to be there. I will agree with you there,
Yeah.
but around Baker's Rock and all, it's still very
Yeah,
good.
so say that, the in Codroy, this gravel moves, and so lots of these places are changing all the
I
time.
used to think
They've had
Baker's
two
Rock
major
was
flood
one of the
events
best
the last
pools
couple of
in the
years,
river.
right, so,
Yeah, that flood is probably gonna be changed a lot again this spring.
Yeah,
yeah.
but I found though that I started fishing above Baker's Rock where the pool starts, rough water. One of the reasons I started doing it was I was heading for Baker's Rock, and I was away upriver, and some guy was guiding an American, and he seen me coming down. The two of them went running up to get to the favourite spot. And anyway, I got to the top of the pool, and they started fishing. I was there about 2 minutes, 2 casts, and I hooked the fish. I think I really pissed them off. Went all that, running to get the favourite spot. And there was fish, I wouldn't say all over the place, but I've been there for it's a great pool. It's quite fast flowing at the top, but the time down towards the bottom, it's not that fast. But I remember you, Dave, you got a nice fish one day where I used to stand. I know, I used to wade out and fish Baker's Rock. Dave came in one day, started fishing where I'd been standing. That fish was about 8 pounds, and
Yeah, he was that, yeah, he was well inside where the rock was.
yeah,
But I think that area is filled in when I was there last year, and they're probably still alive there, but not near the water as it used to be.
yeah. But that pool was really good.
It's still good.
I hooked some really nice fish. First time I went there years ago, I think it was Steve Walker was showing me that pool. I was standing there and I looked around and geez, I was surrounded with fish. On both sides of me. You couldn't help but catch. Any questions, as regards flies? I mentioned flies earlier, I can't think any more, the Kosovo does work well. Black silver works really good. And I have terrific luck on a brown bug. Or a brown bomber. And of course the usual orange bomber. Works really good there too.
One thing worth mentioning here about the pocket, like that's in a, some of the southwest orientation there, when the wind is blowing up the river there,
Yeah.
like there's white caps there.
Oh, yeah.
That I wouldn't go out there in a boat.
White cap's coming up,
White caps coming off the river.
not down river.
That's why it's like right there where it says pocket, like if it's windy blowing up the river there, like,
You got no boat,
I wouldn't go out there in a boat.
But you know what, funny enough, that, what you're talking about, I was there one day with Scott Nightingale, and the wind was howling up the river, like you were saying. We never caught anything. The water was really high, you could see the waves coming up, and everybody else left. Both Scott and I, within minutes, got a 10-pound fish. They were almost like carbon copies when the water got rough. everybody had gone, we started fishing, next thing bang, we were in a couple of beautiful fish there. So sometimes it pays to don't pay attention to the locals, just
The,
chance you got.
the two forks look like that, right, as he alluded to when he spoke, so they turn both this way, and so the road crosses them like this, you drive across the, you're going towards the west, you cross the north branch first, and then the south branch. I don't know when it was now, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, but Dave might have been there, you might have been there too, but when I remember coming down from Crabs, we had a torrential thunderstorm. Absolutely torrential, well, it's the type of thing where you have to pull over. And then we got here, and went out across the river, just about where the T is on the word pocket. While we're over there, kind of noticed the river was coming up and was getting dirty, and then all the crowd that were down below in their side by side, everybody was coming up and they said, boys, you better, you're going across that river, you better go now. And we got back up across, I don't remember which of the branches it was, but one of them was clear, and the other one was like
Yeah,
chocolate
I was
milk.
there one time.
And,
One was
yeah,
clear,
yeah,
another
you
was
probably were
chocolate.
there. It was just like chocolate milk, but the two
Yeah.
branches, like that thunderstorm had been so localized that I don't remember which one it hit, and it didn't hit the other one. And it was
I
like
think it
night and
was,
day, but we barely got back across the river.
I think it was the time I was there, I think it was the North Branch, all muddy.
I think that had a bit to do with the logging that went on.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, there were
One of the
logging
branches,
up in
there
the
was a lot
North
of
Branch.
logging, and when you got rain, it got dirty a lot more than the other one. I think it must have been South Branch, probably.
I think that time I was there, I think you said it was the South Branch was clear,
Well,
North Branch was
right.
like, just like soup.
A lot of, right there where the town is, and there's some campers there, a lot of people have side-by-sides. Not as many as in Terranova, because that's the side-by-side capital of the planet, must be. But they cross the river there, and they go on, so one of the things I've been down here a few times, that's somewhat disappointing sometimes, you cross, you look, there's no one down the river, you start walk down, and then side-by-sides are coming down on the other side, and they beat you to the spot that you're trying to walk down to. And they're traveling up and down the river a lot in the side-by-sides. Of course, when we are there in early June, there's no sea run trout around. Shouldn't be anyway. But it's a nice sea run trout, and in the lower Codroy, the little Codroy, even more bigger.
Waterfall's really good for sea run trout and the winter rain.
Yeah, so that would be later in July, when they're coming back. They're not coming in the 10th of June, they're coming in like the 20th of July, probably the end of July.
There's a picture there, that was taken quite a while ago, you can see the fish there, and they were real bruisers. I think there's 3 of them there, all double figure fish. I think that was, that photograph was taken up on that, at Rover Falls, where you see the 2 guys fishing, with a narrow spur of rock, goes upriver, and you can, the fish lie, oh Jesus, sometimes dozens lie there.
Like they're right in on their feet sometimes.
Yeah. This pool is here, it's sighting pool in the North Branch. That's one east of the Trans-Canada. I've only been up there once, and it was a really good spot. But last year, I think it was last year or the year before, we went up and we tried to find the road. This is a few, oh geez, maybe, not sure the distance of it, less than half a mile from the Trans-Canada. But the road had been torn up during a big flood, and no way you could get in there. We used to go in with with ATVs and that. Sometimes you can drive into it, no way you can get in there now. Well, you can still walk in. But apparently this area, a lot of people swear by this area.
The railway bridge trestle on the other side of the highway, just, you know,
It
just around the corner.
Around the
There's a
corner,
road
yeah.
that goes into cabins just before you come to
Yeah.
where you cross the river on North Branch. There's a road that goes up, and it's just a short distance down through the old railway bit to the railway trestle. There's a pool underneath that railway trestle, later in the season, and they stack up there like nothing else. And big fish too.
The Codroy is really a really good river. And being able to walk, very few places where it's difficult to walk. Overfalls can be tricky at times with the Molly Chicknick Pool just above it.
One problem with overfalls is it's all that shale, right? And so it's all spiky and
Yeah.
like it's, yeah, if you got poor balance like me, yeah, and kind of getting over that is challenging, but once you get out on the river, you're fine, right?
You don't want to fall in on that.
You don't want to fall, no,
And that
no.
overfalls and that spur of rock goes out.
Yes, sir, yeah,
Yeah, one of our friends fell in there one time.
yeah.
The only thing you could see was the hat floating in the river. It's not overly deep, but
No, it's not.
definitely not a good place to fall in. Any questions? I know the Codroys are hard river to reach. Because you're only, what, a few minutes away from Portabash.
It's only,
Long drive.
it's only about, it's only a little over half an hour from like Robinson's. It's not that far, right?
Yeah.
Like if you, well, Gordon knows, like if you're staying at a place like Sunny Hollow, 30 minutes either way, you can hit any river you want, right?
It's at Cattonville, which can fish Robinson's officials as well as Codroy. And it takes us 35, I think it's 30 minutes, 35 minutes to get to Codroy.
Yeah.
But we often fish Codroy during the day and come back and see what we eat and head over to officials or Robinson's at night.
There was a discussion this afternoon, I did the Facebook post. Okay, I think it was said that the fishing is not as good as it was even 5 years ago, but all different answers for it, like some said seals, some said all the storms tore everything up. I just wondered if anybody else there have any opinions, well, there's the fish farms on the south coast too, right? I just wondered, like, people who fishing, if they know the difference and what it might be.
Well, one of the, I mean, I know the boys like Corey, like, they're taking photographs of, like, the mouth of Grand Codroy is filthy with seals.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta wonder what, you know, like, whether they're just, and of course, forget, the shags are around now too, right? So you gotta wonder what kind of impact that's having, right?
Well, Gordy,
That's small, right?
mentioned for that, I think that we picture maybe last year, and he could count, I think it was 76 seals.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's filthy.
It's not the only, because seals have always been there.
I mean, they're not, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that numbers though, right?
Yeah.
And they're probably picking off the smoke, right?
Yeah.
So the Codroy, you know, is always one of the best places on the island for large fish. Right? You know, and it's a lot of, I mean, with this, probably used to go across the train before there was any road. Right, and they picture where the railway goes, where you could go, and they went there, and again, at Harry's, and that's where, and, but, you know, so there's freezy winter fish in there. For some reason, but a lot of them are probably also, you know, like alternate spawning, repeat spawning, two-sea winter fish, those big fish, where the seals would really hammer the kelps.
Yes.
Right, so the,
Yeah.
and undoubtedly as Gordon pointed out, you know, whatever, 400 years ago, there was likely more seals there than there is now. But there's certainly more seals than there was 40 years ago, or 50 years ago, or 80 years ago, because everybody would have shot them and ate them, right, you know? But I think the floods have been the biggest issue. Those floods destroy all the embryos and everything incubated in the gravel. That's what happens. I mean, it doesn't help for the power and stuff like that, but there's a massive effect on the stuff incubating, and if the river, it moves. And if it moves, they're dead. But yeah, I mean, I think of all the rivers, there's no monitoring for it. But if you think about historically where, you know, the most famous rivers on the island, this one has probably had the biggest drop in rain. And say, in the past few years, there was like, there's basically nothing. I mean, people tend to, you know, there's literally hardly a thing.
Well, I've had overfalls the last 2 years, and, you know, like that second week of June timeframe. Now, granted, that's a little bit early, but not, but I mean, I've always been there around that time, and there's always fish there. Last 2 years, I haven't seen a fish at overfalls.
I didn't go last year, but the year before, we spent 4 days on the river.
One of the guys today talked about, you, reference to how it's changed, how storms have changed the river so much. Did you say earlier that island going to the pocket is not there anymore?
No, yes, even 2 years ago, so over the past few years,
Wow.
that got small, you know, I mean, that was big enough that had woods and everything like that, I mean, and then hardly any woods, you know, it was getting smaller and smaller, that wasn't there last year, but 2 years ago, it's
2 years ago, it was gone, yeah.
But from what I understand, it's not back to like it used to be more decades ago, because that wasn't an island. And some part they cut it up so that the more water would come over by the road, and that was our traditional pocket, then the bedrock ledge gets right down, and then it's a mess. For a few decades, the island has been there, but the island's gone.
So yeah, so let's see, that island might have been formed by, you know, past floods that, you know, deposited stuff, you know, there, but now it's going back to where it was before, because eventually the water just, it wants to take that stuff out of there, yeah.
I found a fish head on the pocket, it was 43 inches. Friggin' monster. And somebody mentioned that, some guy played a big fish the day before. There's no way you could get your hands around it.
Yeah, even 10 years ago, you used to hear, you know, people used to be at the pocket open day, you know, there's always a few really big fish, like everybody was just bailing on it, but it's just not. I got my little fish there. And when I looked at it by myself, and we bought it on the bank, and so there was a difference. That one was 97 cents.
I find there's a lot of, like, not, you know, I mean, there's monsters in there, but there's a lot of, to me, there was always a high percentage of salmon as opposed to grills. Like, the percentage of grills and salmon was always, salmon was always a very high percentage on that river.
So Ian, can you put back your slide of the map there? So the, you know, the thought here, and I don't know if this is right, which makes some sense. So the fish are coming up the river, obviously, they get to the overfalls, they don't get, one with the pocket.
That's one of them,
The one with the pocket, one with the pocket.
just before we get going up, just when you huge draw. Have you ever been up there?
I don't know, I don't.
So Ian, like, that community road that goes in, like, which one is Winter Pool? Where is Winter Pool like, there's a road that goes in called Winter Pool Road. Is that the one there that you got marked good pools? Is that Winter Pool Road, or is it further down?
No, I think it's further down, I know.
Yeah, like they're close, yeah. I think it is, I think Puget Drive is east of Winter Pool, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That huge draw is just a huge park,
Yeah,
leaves and sand, with a very slow moving pool. But, when you see just above it, probably a nice pool, pretty good pool. Taking fish up there, and also around the corner. But just above this, Huey's drawn, the first pool above it, we were heading back one time, nothing in Huey's drawn, came to this pool, and using full of fish. We had good fish, fishing for about 1 hour.
first time I ever went looking for Huey's Run, we went in Winter Pool Road, but we went, when we came out on Winter Pool, we went left, and we walked forever trying, and we kind of knew what we were looking for Huey's Run, and we weren't seeing it, so we just kept going.
I used to go there, and I went back another time, but you just couldn't find it.
Yeah.
The road, you know,
Yeah, there's like before you get, if you're coming west, before you get to Winter Pool Road, there's that, what's that building there? There's I can't remember what it's called now, but,
oh, let's see, I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah, like Scott Martin's on the building.
Gales. Gales,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
septic system.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, so like, that's closer to the Huey's Drawn though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, because Winter Pool Road is just west of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can see in that slide there, Colebrook. Quite away from the river, they're not too far away from the road. South branch and that Benmore siding, that is actually overflows.
Yeah. I mean, as you're driving, I mean, it's not really a long distance between North Branch and Overfalls, right? Like it's only, what, 10, 15 minutes drive maybe? If that?
From North Branch to Overfalls?
It's not a long distance.
No, it's not long.
Yeah. Like you say, there's a whole bunch of water, you know, like if you want to explore, there's a whole bunch of water that people don't fish that, you know, probably won't fish.
Anybody wants to know in the future, if you want some information, just give me a shout, and try and help. But the flies are pretty standard.
Too windy to fly.
The south, the names of the North Branch and the South Branch are size of the rivers over Basin George. So, for example, if you were to visualize the map above Eden's Head, as you come from Stephenville, the other rivers are all flowing this way. You've got, for example, you've got the Southwest, you've got the Fishers and Crabs and Bears, they're all going this way. But this is the Anglian Mountains here. So basically, the North Branch and the South Branch are coming, and of course, water doesn't flow uphill. So then they turn, and then they merge together, and that's the Codroy. So it's about twice as big as some of the other things, but it's just because those things are merging and not going uphill and coming out here.
Another negative thing is land bubbles.
Yeah, all those windmills are going over
They're
there.
going to be on that ridge, you see. That'll be ruination.
That's gonna increase flooding.
Things stand at present. There's a guy there who looks loose there all the time. Business. You can see that's going to be gone. But they're going to be stretching from there all the way up to Stephen.
And that's only one section of road in the shore. One section of it.
So any more questions? I can,
Hopefully the fish comes back. Hopefully the fish comes back.
I'm hoping, there was no Caitlin over there last year, and I'm hoping, the reason there's no fish. Caitlin is loose, yeah, it was good. And, probably the time they decided, it's too late, they just stayed out. I think there's a runners go.
I'm just gonna follow around behind June and June, Ian, and, I'll try to run the easiest to the spot.
I was wondering where the Codroy is, plenty of spots. I'd like to see the pocket in front of this former brewery. Yeah, I think
No, I think you're supposed
Never a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I think
Yeah.
And then we all after
I'm sure I'll see you on home.